Well, I'll happily listen to any advice. I wouldn't want to foul things up.
I should certainly hope. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner. In short, behave as if you're not. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and you'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table, white Tokai or red monastery wine.
White or red, by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarzhitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be interrupted. But we can't allow that to happen in the presence of...
All right. Sir Adam of Zarzhitz stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't...
Remember...
That too, but more importantly, do not disturb the councillors at their work. They have a lot to discuss. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you. Understood?
What if I make a...
Then I'll see to it that you won't get a job even mopping the floor. But I'm sure that's not going to...
I know everything I need.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the...
Weapons. Unversüchlich. Our current Waffenarsenal is a joke. And on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it.
You there,
Should the town
lad,
reserve
a
have
cup of
worse
bread.
weapons than any
Don't you
Räuber
skip
in the
on me.
domain?
What are you getting at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the Dry Devil, used that thing. That Hackenbücher.
Come now, waiter. I wanted bread.
Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them, since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying
I'm
is
sorry.
that they had them.
I wasn't
Come
paying
now,
attention.
waiter.
It is
I
eine
wanted bread.
Schande when outlaws have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your
You can shove
stubborn
that down,
heads
pitcher.
do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubritter everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight?
Hey,
exactly.
waiter, pour me
The
some
merciful
monastery
King
wine.
Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
Der König and his army will not be here forever.
Shut up! The king can arrive at any moment.
Monastery wine, here.
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
Sir?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies. Nicht
Well,
wahr?
thank
We
the
are more than
Lord.
familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armory. And the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes?
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
Tokai and a
So
full
you
cup.
suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler
I apologize,
will rise
sir.
up.
I'm afraid
Which
I
one?
see no
Tokai,
solution
White,
to the current
are you
situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht.
Hey, where's my white?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
The city reserves are in urgent need of new weapons. Unverzüglich. Our current Waffenarsenal is a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it.
A full cup of
Should
monastery
the town
wine.
reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
What are you getting at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the Dry Devil, used that thing.
I'm sorry.
That
Come now, waiter.
Hackenbush
I wanted red.
hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them. Since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is
Come
that
now,
they had
waiter.
them,
I wanted
Herr
red.
Gott. It is eine Schande when outlaws have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König
Thank you,
surely
waiter.
knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubritter everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves
Waiter, get
with
me
a few
white.
rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight? Exactly. The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
Der König and his army will not be here forever.
Shut up!
Well, thank
King
the
can
Lord.
arrive at any moment. What if he heard you?
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
Wait up.
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies, nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armory. And the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes...
Monastery wine
The
here.
king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a
thank the
preparation
Lord.
for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean baths or brothels?
Isn't it the same thing?
Hey, youngster! Some
So
red!
the cleanliness of the city is not what it should be. The current baths in the city fall far short of covering all the citizens' needs.
But we have another bathhouse here, on Hopring.
My friend
Where's that
Adams from the
swit who
Baths in
calls the
Braddock
wine
told me
here?
about it.
I wanted red!
Filthy.
Nonsense. He's just envious. Bet he seized the opportunity, and people
Thanks,
are lining
thanks.
up to bathe there.
Is that true?
I find it hard to believe. A woman?
No, really. It's clean, it's warm. We can get wine, something to eat, and don't get me started on the wenches. So don't start.
All right, I'll go over there and investigate.
More
The
wine,
need for
Master
cleanliness
Bailiff?
and
I have
citizens'
enough
health
wine.
Should not.
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by a silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, go and get it. And don't you
Have you forgotten the black?
Where can I find...
use your... and come right...
Are you questioning God's plan? The Black Death had nothing to do with the baths, unless the Lord wishes to punish the wickedness that's going on in there.
Keeping the city clean is important, but we don't have money to spend. Arguing about who is going to wash where and how is a waste of time.
It's only a waste of time because we're always arguing about the same thing.
Not at all. If you'd finally admit that it's a
Nice.
trifle, we wouldn't have to keep coming
Whose
back
silver
to it.
might this
A
be?
trifle. Do you ever walk the streets here?
So, did you...
I did.
Not so loud. And now go back to your...
With a place to wash up.
What nonsense! Next, you'll want me to serve wine to everyone for free, too.
Why not? In Jerome Nas's earthly paradise, everything would be free.
don't put words in my mouth.
Gentlemen, let's agree to disagree. What if the king heard us?
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way, at least until His Majesty honors us with his visit.
Tukai!
And as we know,
And the full cup.
Gunslin absolutely hates him.
He can hate all he wants, as long as he does no damage. Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
Where's my wife?
You know full well. Everybody knows.
I apologise,
He wiped the
sir.
floor with you.
Which wine?
Compose yourself, Adam.
That's
and
the
stop
white.
drinking. The king might come any time now.
That's right. Let's not burden the anointed monarch with such...
Me? Compose myself? Me? I beg your pardon. I demand that you...
Hey,
Where's my white?
Franz, please continue.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident. You were there, weren't you?
Oh, that. Just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
Well,
My ears must be deceiving me. Are you defending Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
Hey,
What
boy,
happened there?
A full cup of
Leave
Porter
nothing
Stream
out.
wine.
I don't like Rutard, true, but in this case it really was nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about it. I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated.
Red, white,
I don't
it's all
think
the same,
Rutard
right?
will cause any
Us.
trouble.
Sorry,
he
sir.
is sensible enough
It won't
not to
happen
draw
again.
attention to himself while the king is here.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him,
You there,
the king
lad.
himself will put
Cup
an
of
end
red.
to him, and soon.
Don't you skimp on me. He puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
I'm sorry, Andreas, but I wouldn't brush it off so quickly. Why do I have the feeling you're not
Well,
telling us
thank
the whole
the Lord.
truth, Ulrich?
Are you accusing me of lying?
Those are strong words, my friend. Nobody said anything like that, did they?
Then why doesn't he tell us what really happened,
I'm not keeping anything from you, but there's little truth to the rumors circulating around the town. Yes, Rutard and I had a little disagreement, but we ended it quickly because his daughter wanted to get involved. I didn't want to expose the girl to any unpleasant sights.
So Rutard is hiding behind his own daughter's skirts.
As if it wasn't enough that he sent his son to die defending the city.
All right. If we really don't have anything new to say, let's turn the page.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. If we tolerate this, the rabble in the city will go wild and do whatever they want. I suspect the gentleman from the city's sword-fighting school brought this custom to us. That German
I'd like
is
some
just
monastery
hanging around
wine.
the market
Refill
looking for
my
trouble.
cup, boy.
Don't be ridiculous, Forsucker. You act like you've never been in a fight yourself. And to accuse a swordsmaster without a shred of proof.
Don't hang
We're not
around
some
me.
old fish
Vanish,
in the
you hear me?
marketplace.
As you
So
wish.
you will just leave it be?
Sir Ulrich.
Proven offences
Go.
are punished
I don't
by
want
the
to see
bailiff.
you again.
And that's that. There are more pressing matters to deal with.
More pressing than the open
Refill, sir.
contempt of
Do
the
you think I
whole
come to the
town
castle
garrison.
just to guzzle
The
wine?
guards are
Come
apparently
here.
settling a...
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them. I can't.
Rest assured the whole
All right.
And Newark, while you're at it, count how many figures on the because I'm bored.
My word, exactly. The town council is squabbling constantly at the Emperor Charles, and no one is left unscathed.
And you, a councillor, let people throw dirt on our work?
If I threw out everyone who complains over a beer, I'd soon be out of customers.
Ah, to hell with it. We'll never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
That was easy enough. And he wanted me to count the winged figures.
So, let's...
I found your...
Really? And did you count those wings?
I counted...
And did you count all the...
Oh.
Go back to...
There's the eternal dispute over the cathedrals. The building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery, and they are going to mock a royal mining city. Why can't we build faster?
Waiter!
Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Because those so-called craftsmen are a band of parasites. You pay them, they come late, or report sick, and if they do come, their work is shit, and you have to pay someone else to put it right. It's a waste of time. I tell you, a waste of time.
Adam, don't interrupt the proceedings with your drunken ranting, even if you are in the right. And as for you, Endelin, haven't you noticed
Hey, boy.
there's a war going on?
Full cup of monastery
Are
wine.
the experts from far off supposed to work in a city under siege?
Besides, I get the feeling there's something other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Oh, you do? Do you?
Waiter,
And
I
what would
wanted
that
monastery
be?
wine.
Like, for instance, that you'd like to have your own altar there?
Good.
So what
Now
if
run
I
on.
would?
Hold your horses, gentlemen. That space in the side nave is mine.
Then hell freezes over, my friend. Your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith dares to insult me? Ha! I think not.
You there.
Excuse me?
A cup of red.
You wanted to
And
buy
don't you
yourself
skip
an altar in the cathedral. Just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you? I acquired my seat for the services our guild provided, and still provides
Come now,
to
waiter.
the
I
crown.
wanted red.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army.
Thank you.
If that's all they have, they would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Hopbrink.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town go to watch them brawl.
Oh, this is news to me.
Because it has all been sorted out. Not long ago, the guards raided and threw them all out.
Ah, yes, I had forgotten. What do we have to discuss next?
I'm telling you, something is being planned. Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Azonal Gyurcsegösszi, a legjobb katonaikat, és kelkinek útra!
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Like this man of fights!
Come now, Father. Put a little life into your dying. I've seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Who's that French fellow you brought here from Malachov?
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything, and has the keys to half the kingdom. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless one. Besides, he defended Kuttenberg, and you know how that went. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
How does it feel to breathe free air again?
What can I say? You can never truly appreciate freedom until someone locks you up for a while.
Or until you become a priest.
No fear of that in my case. I intend to enjoy life to the full. Wine, women, and song.
Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty varied company. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here. It's like the start of some joke.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Kuttenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they're keeping mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man too, so you should have something in common.
I wouldn't be too sure. But, I suppose... What do you plan to do now you're a free man again?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a...
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be deciding the future?
I'll leave that to the older and wiser.
Dear me. I'd rather, but I suppose I'll have to introduce myself.
Indeed you should.
Oh, don't start with that.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually planning.
Good day to you, friend.
Greetings to you too.
Good day to you. God be with you.
I'll be right with you.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your community. I'm Godwin. My greetings to you.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here. And yet...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, we have much in common. And we are both a little on unfamiliar ground here. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the sacred community of Kuttenberg. And this is Samuel, my aide.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need to help each other in this time of need. And why would they not stare when you are frowning so?
Are you here to...
We have more serious matters to... The situation in the town and the kingdom. You have men and weapons.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the Margrave.
Everything in good time, Samuel.
Did you come to lend money to...
Not to lend, but to give. Help given...
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercy.
You remind me of my young friend Henry.
Henry? That...
You know each other. You're both around the same...
That would be him. But we did not get off to a very good start.
Or maybe you'll get to know each other better. He should be coming here later, by the way. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so long since his parents were killed in Skalitz. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world, risking his neck at every turn.
Wait, a blacksmith, you say? From Skalitz?
Aye, that's right. Did you know anyone there?
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world. For our numerous sins.
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
And that was all for the best.
Why? He should have taken care of me, but instead he fathered another bastard.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, none of his own. He took in Henry, and raised him as his own, on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzik Kobila, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other Mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry only found out about it recently.
Enough. I'd rather have a drink. Will you have one too, Zayde?
For that, there will be more suitable times.
Good health.
L'chaim.
What else would you expect? It's a matter of property, and life or death. Warring against the King of Hungary is quite a different matter than riding out with a company to attack a few bandits.
I'm glad you finally accepted my invitation. I almost lost all hope.
It's not that I didn't want to, but understand that my absence from the City Council would have serious consequences.
I understand. I appreciate your coming here all the more.
I'll have to justify myself before the Council and come up with some reasonable explanation.
We'll think of something. Maybe you can say you were investigating a conspiracy against the Crown.
I was thinking something like that as well. And in truth, I wanted to discuss this with you.
And who would entrust him with without a coat of arms and a noble house?
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin. A friend...
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. I am a warrior, a traveler...
My word.
Mais non!
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. How did you end up...
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I heroically led the defense and only lost it narrowly by an...
That needs some explanation.
Oh, misère.
So...
When they broke through the defense, I ended up in captivity. It was only...
Oh.
My neck was not at risk in Maleshov. I may have still... But they never broke my...
Where have you been on your travel?
But of course! If you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled with them. And if you are interested in my greatest deed, then...
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope?
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX.
How come almost nobody here...
I am operating as the... My great benefit is my strong connection with the... There, everyone knows my name. Here in...
You say you're a poet?
Jamais. Is poetry nothing but a fuss to you? I think not. To recite a required...
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whoreson won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
I'm not going to die.
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Job. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself. By the way, I'm John of Licht.
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of.
I have my source. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to...
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's...
It depends what it...
A little delicate. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has... And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the...
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut...
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge...
If Sigismund decides to mount an...
but Sigismund's army is demoralized, and he's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves.
But he can't retreat either.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to... For the plan to work, we need allies. We just need negotiators who'll push the right...
Are you saying you set everything in motion?
More like in parallel. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was...
Why are you...
Because I want to put a stop to the scent, and also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
I'll help you.
I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Haman Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our... Meanwhile...
Why me?
Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You know how to... You and your friend Henry are similar in that respect. There aren't many like...
Tell me a bit...
Certainly.
Botchek of Kunstadt.
That's just the thing. He's got He doesn't play the big game. Because he doesn't like... He always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made his mind up...
Alder the Alderman. Wasn't he a Kuttenberg?
He still is. The only one who retained his position after the city was taken. Only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Kuttenberg. But he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guilds and the rich burghers. And that's why we need him.
Anna of Waldstein.
Wenzel Bartosz. And I'm not surprised you forgot.
I was quite surprised to see her here.
A male affair? Anna is holding back and behaving like an exemplar, but don't trust appearances. She's got claws, She knows how...
And what use can she be to...
She's as sharp as they come when it comes to trade. There are wicked tongues that claim Bartosz acquired, and that it was thanks...
What if it doesn't?
I refuse to even consider that.
I'll get on it then.
I wish us both luck. Before the day is...
Success to our... Everything all right?
I can't wait for it to end, so we...
I reckon you'd have to be pretty...
Or pretty pissed. We will leave us soon anyway. All of these worthy...
Would you tell me something?
What can I tell you? It was never exactly glorious. And now especially,
Surely it would.
There are many fools who would rather take out their gall on us and start to fight... In times of uncertainty, it is...
God be with you, noble lady. There's something I'd like to ask of you.
God be with you. What would that be?
Your diplomatic...
No beating around the bush, eh?
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady.
To muster an army that
Christ!
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their intentions is... Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure out what Lichen's...
Hit the nail on the head again.
I am rarely
I'd say you have a better nose for people.
Not only for people, but also for good food and wine.
Then you're in the right place.
The wine here is average. The cooks lack imagination. So, to the...
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to...
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty.
It's not only your money. You're well able to negotiate and trade.
Then I'd be if you want me to support you.
Do you have something in particular?
Well, one of the guests here has...
who's that?
Harmon Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers...
Have you fallen out with the Time Council?
No. Alder is innocent in the matter. They're disappointed that I dared outlive my... And the fact that I'm handling his estates...
All right, I'll help.
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left. Bring them to me. But watch yourself. I'll
tell you, nobody has the likes of these.
I'd like to check your horses out. See?
Ha! Even better. But you won't believe it until you...
And you might not believe your eyes when you do see them. Well, we have a...
I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave.
I want to have a word with Old.
Well, I'm having a... For interrupting our conversation?
Is that your...
Unfortunately.
I came with a delegation from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Is this a joke?
Why so strict, Martin?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheeky brat, only interested in wenches and booze. I got him a place at the Archbishopric to have some sense beaten into his head. Only it wasn't long before they kicked him out. And then I find out he's settled in some backwater parish in Sassau. But he took his boozing and whoring along with him. Lost everything, and then...
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not...
You have the impertinence to show me your face of...
You're exaggerating.
Me? Exaggerating? You're horse wandering around as...
Oh, actually, anything, but maybe you ought to try it yourself sometime.
You're dishonoring...
I can't dishonor someone who has no...
That's enough!
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults.
I'm not happy if this isn't how I imagined my...
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back.
Swing with your whole arm, not just your wrist.
Not bad for a priest. Hey, who told you that?
Stand firm. Otherwise, the first strike will put you on your arse.
Show your stuff.
Cover your right side. You've got a gap there I can drive a cart through. You don't know which end of that thing is on.
Fucking hell! You're fast.
Arm lower.
Shit!
Look in my eyes, not at my sword.
That was sneak. Enough! That will do. My God, Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer.
I was in a war, and you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees.
Aye. Well...
So Father would be satisfied, only he'll never be satisfied.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down.
Not at all. I remember him the same when I was 6 years old. He wouldn't talk to me for a week.
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for...
Only 3 days.
I always wondered who you were.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled and... But now, I have a chance to put things to rights a little.
And that's why you...
Aye.
That sounds very important. Considering... After your encounter... Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it. Unless you want...
What else can I...
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure.
All right, then. It's a nice idea, but...
Only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be an...
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are...
I expect Alder's not the...
You got that right.
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds sensible, and he's no fool.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime.
You're still...
Greetings, and with you.
God bless, good sir.
Greetings to you.
What brings you here? Greetings.
Aren't you a bit...
What's your problem?
Oh, God forbid. But
Not really.
Shall we...
Well, I'll wait at the table.
Greetings.
Greetings to you too. Don't be a coward.
Good day to you.
Good day.
I'm seriously curious about you, lad.
God be with you.
And with you?
Well, you're not afraid of anything.
Greetings, friend. Good day.
Let it be now. I want to play too, you know. Alright, that'll do. Like this.
God be with you, my friend.
God be with you.
Damn! Shit!
You know you can throw again, right?
It's yours. Alright, that'll do. Damn! Shit!
If I was you, I'd take it.
Like this.
My God! Oh, come on!
What can you do? Here.
God bless, good sir.
Greetings to you.
Aye, that'll do. Great! And it's mine! You're out of luck, my boy.
In favor of decisive action. We can no longer afford to wait. Godwin, you wouldn't be avoid. We didn't have much time for conversation.
With pleasure, sir. Where did you leave Sir Divish?
Haven't you heard? Late, no one even imagined Divish would produce an heir at his...
As they say.
Godwin.
Well... What do you expect?
Well, I have no great but, all going well, as long as we proceed without prior agreement...
I couldn't help but notice your son has...
To put it mildly, but not to do him... Although, if they didn't pull each other...
Wise words.
You know, I am. And Martin...
May God grant... May I have...
You? Anytime. Unlike this packet.
Have you got something?
Their forefathers lived up to their ears in dung. And they think that can turn their...
But surely they're not all like...
Allies or not.
Young Lord Capon is...
He got a harsh lesson. But at least he might remember to lay off that. But if not, war...
Do you think there's really going to be a war?
I sincerely hope so. Whoever sits around risk...
What do you think?
Are you testing me? Jobst called this assembly and he...
To turn out well. Some are up to their elbows in silver.
Better make sure you're among the latter then. And in the...
I've got those papers.
Quiet!
Milady, with all the clamour going on, here they are.
You're more capable...
You're welcome.
As agreed. I will support...
Thank you.
Yes, quite.
How could I...
And to the success...
Sir Kunzlin.
You're Godwin, aren't you?
Oh, dear.
Have no fear. I know Martin well, and I know he's prone to exaggeration. Anything I can do for you?
Will you support
That depends on what it is.
Do you think we should look...
I came here for one reason. If Jobst doesn't lay one out before...
I expect...
Why wouldn't I? She's joined at the hip.
I hope she doesn't feel unwelcome here.
To her own relatives, certainly. What else? And I cared for him devotedly to the...
So it's not true what they say?
Vile slander. People just can't forgive her for...
What do you think of the rabbi's offer?
Or nothing.
He said he was interested.
Aye, but still he must be aware that...
So you...
And isn't it natural? It's not just they live in our city, but they're more... God be with you.
Mind where you're going.
Sir.
Nor I, until now. I am Sir Conrad, Lord of Wächter, and you...
Used to be. My father...
And I used to be the royal... Until the king decided...
We've got...
More than you think. If my memory... So I recollect, at least, from my recent discussion.
Served.
Even so. before King Wenceslas appointed me.
And now look at us.
There's no point in waiting for divine intervention.
Are you going...
I haven't quite decided yet. It's true that... But if our rebellion were to come face to face with Sigismund...
Do you think you...
I doubt it. Half the town hates Vavak, and he knows that his security stands and falls with...
It was a...
Likewise.
Certainly. Have no fear.
How are you getting on? Aside from the happy... I'd almost forgotten about that little detail. But... Father is getting old. Keep it up. We've still got... Just don't overdo it with the wine. You're great.
Certainly.
Godwin.
Ah, now I remember.
Lord Liechtenstein. But, if you'll allow me, sir.
Indeed.
Do you still think the Lord...
That's... Some are persuaded by silver.
And if not...
Such cases usually...
I wasn't...
Really? Half of Kuttenberg has accumulated debts with usurers that the rabbi knows, and that Sigismund will not protect them if something should befall similar.
So they naturally took it.
What's more?
Your plan. Sigismund, you want to wait.
You amuse me, Godwin. A parish priest teaching them. I know you mean well.
I'd reason better with...
Do you realize how much such an army costs?
And if awake...
Before that happened. From the entire elite of Kuttenberg. Not that I'm so... The king keeps a close eye on...
But if Rutard and...
We don't need to convince Rutard. And Martin is already working on Alder. But he might be pushing a little hard.
John of Lichten...
That was the original agreement.
But...
True. And by doing so, he... Yes, he is. Only...
Although...
He still lacks... But he is...
Innkeeper! A beer!
Look out!
Have you seen that farmer's daughter?
Mighty.
Take a look at that. A nightingale surrounded by hawks.
It's quite unusual to see him cornered like this.
Jesus Christ be praised.
God be with you.
Nightingales, and they all screech like the devil.
Be careful with those Russians. Misunderstanding involving AP.
When's the last time you saw the bailiff get anything done on time? That tree will still be here long after we're gone.
The rest of them
I didn't come here to argue with another
But
Kunstadt.
I like you
Dry devil's
anyway.
enough. These grand aristocrats. I'd be happier if they just told me in the morning how it all went and what my boys have to do next.
But then you'd miss all the... It seems lick...
And how's he gonna do it? Didn't you see them all fighting?
Well...
The only approach that'll work with Sigismund is open resistance.
Let's hope young Lord Capon manages to...
That's one thing you can always...
God forbid.
In that case, it'll be up to you. I'm sure you wouldn't.
A lot of people think the wealthy burg, where they're out of...
Well, that's to be expected. As long...
Well...
Sigismund confiscated it, not to mention that his son was killed.
Sir Bojack, I need to...
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and someone comes along to put a flea in his ear. Yobs comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes.
On the contrary.
Does that improvement include a few
A few thousand men at arms, only in order to get them.
You've got my attention.
Don't worry, it's not just your money.
Really? Name it.
Anna of Volch.
Truly? Well,
I wouldn't mention the...
All right. I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, I can't risk it all in a...
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing...
My guarantee is called Yitka. She's my niece. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house...
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable...
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who
How about...
He's a young...
He may be young. He's got battle experience. And when he gets the estate, that's his...
If he gets it. Right now, Hanush lords over Rata. On the other hand, the lords of Lipa have a good reputation. Maybe it's not...
So?
You're selling the skin of a boar. First, I want a confirmation that the wedding...
And what if...
I don't care what the young lord thinks. If he agrees, I'll be...
Pushing a friend to tyrant.
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice. Now
Sir Hanush.
You do?
Young Lord
If he's got some impoverished I'm not going to support some...
You misunderstood my meaning. I mean, with your...
You arranged a marriage for my ward?
With the niece of Sir Butchek, Lord of Kunst...
Butchek of Kun... Godwin, you conniving...
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young Hans...
Niece...
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa.
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying... Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him my...
Cheers!
Cheers to you!
Sir Butchek, your niece Yivka.
So Hanush agrees.
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill my...
Thank you.
Enough formality. We'll have...
Cheers to the...
Here's to a...
But maybe you were right. It was probably not the best idea to gather all the lords under one roof.
At other times, I would celebrate hearing you admit a mistake, Margrave. But if I were you, I wouldn't lose faith just yet. Sometimes all you need to do is send the right man to whisper the right words into the right ears.
You mean you managed to convince someone? Someone influential?
Not at all. I manage nothing. But I have found someone who could pull a thorn out of our side and get some influential people to join our cause.
And who is this secret envoy of yours? I'm still hoping it works out and we walk out of here with a clear plan. But maybe you were right. It was probably not the best idea to gather...
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our...
Is this?
Like I said, tell me, Godwin of the House of Odorin?
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Volch...
Both of them.
This is going to be a long story.
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes! And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the Balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslas, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wencesla's side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants! Chicken shits! Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
And drunks! Give them hell! Lazy fools, the lot of them.
How dare you?
Some of you are even swelling right here in the city council meeting. This is unbelievable.
Remove this swill pot from the hall immediately.
I'm telling the truth. This whole council is a farce. The whole city knows it.
Lord of Sargitz, your insolence just cost you your place on the council, and a month in the dungeon.
But...
Hopefully that'll be enough for him to sober up. And if not, put him in the pillory for a while, bailiff.
I'll see to it as soon as the council is over, Your Majesty.
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore place the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you are harsh. to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks never drink beer. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace, at least among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Margaret. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, Your Majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Rabosch. Odorin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosch will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of red.
White it is. Quickly! If Rabosch falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
But to bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
That's me, marrying the young Lord of Kirkstall. Watch him, make sure everyone heard.
And who is this young pup, anyway? I've never heard of him.
Yet another impoverished nobleman. Not the first to enter
For the piglet! Sweating at the nearly drops his sword. Ali.
You in need of some.
I'd like to drink a toast with you to our joy. So
Touching.
come now.
I never had...
Truly.
Not a bit.
In that case, in quite simple fuck.
I've got a tongue like a slice of...
Well,
his lordship is so unsteady on it.
to hell with that keg slop. I had my eye on him all evening and left the rest of us to drink cheap dregs.
You can bet on it.
I don't...
King Wenceslas. You're right. I don't know about you, but I
Trample over us one after another.
I wouldn't despair just yet. Let's drink and be merry. What do you say?
Get out.
Come on, someone will see us.
I won't. Other than maybe an old pinch person.
Calling out to me, begging to be eaten.
Battle? Just me when I can run straight.
Ah, you're wrong. In a battle, your life depends on your steed. And some easily spooked pony is the last thing you need.
Why would the fellow listen to me?
Gracious, you couldn't think of a fancier name? Heh.
May I interrupt you? You already did.
What's the matter?
Everyone keeps... I didn't believe it. What are you blabbering about?
Haven't you had a little too...
Not at all. I could...
No need.
Stop bothering us and go...
Those are on my mind, too.
May I interrupt you? You already...
What's the matter?
One of the most esteemed all over the place. I meant the really fine.
No way. Sir Martin ordered for it to be...
Oh, come on. If I go and get...
All right. Them pictures are on a table and...
Now off you go and...
Just look at him.
If you can hardly stand straight.
Good evening, my esteemed lady.
No matter. Although Martin hardly spoke of you, from what I heard.
Would you
This is Lady Christina, second wife of Lord Binion.
Nice to meet you, sir.
What's your opinion?
That it's about time. Although at the onset it looked like everyone here would carry on arguing. But in the end, it seems the agreement...
How come you're...
Because he's been rotting for nearly a year.
I'm sorry to hear that, Mom.
I've been praying for it since the day I got word of his captivity. Perhaps worldly powers will come to our aid once the promised army turns.
It's been a...
And this here is Lady Helena of Deliverance.
God be with you, sir.
Please excuse her. This is...
You're fortunate, miss. Your aunt sets you a good example. And I'm sure she won't leave you.
Yes. Lady Matilda has always...
And I know what I'm doing. Don't think I'm not a...
Are you well...
Only a little. Sir Martin Oderin and his son have been...
They come to me for... If it hadn't been for me, that mule he's bragging about to everyone here would have cost him twice.
It's rather noisy.
Well, I...
Restrain your ardor. You're not the... If you want to amuse yourself with them, I insist...
But I had no way...
And while you're on your way, we'll quite...
Do I look like a...
No. But surely you'll be so kind and bring us another pitcher of wine?
Right.
I am far too old for some sentiment.
Woods for a hunt. But no use at all for battle.
Everybody likes a drop of white.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Rootard. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you beat it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of the fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty.
Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
You're surrounding Christopher. He can't make it on his own. You're dead.
You got him! And now I'll smash you!
Stand your ground! You're mine!
Drive those horses out! Back him on the head!
Quick!
Fuck you!
Your bite!
Fairy!
Never saw that coming!
He's had it! Show what you're made of!
Useless!
You'll take the bucket, you get. Nice hit! Back him on the head! Amen to you!
That was a close shave.
A little too close. Fuck me. Did my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin!
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some aren't.
They captured Odorin, Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Kunrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest.
What about my father?
They left with Jobs long before that, but
What happened?
Anna of Waldstein. She didn't stop.
She was simply in the wrong place.
And they almost killed my... But only almost.
What do you mean, almost?
I got there and Christopher tried to defend our father. But
Old grievances aside, Odorin is an ally.
oh, they all have their quirks. Cousin Botchek's a money-grabbing man. We'll have to wait for the other side's move anyway.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you.
You knew he was...
Markvart bragged and Sigismund promised to make him Lord of Rab.
When he sees what...
You find that fun? Do you like watching those foreigner dogs rampaging? Who else has to die before we...
Tell us about it. We were Nick.
Well, not you.
Fuck you, Jan.
We've lost a lot of allies. We'll have trouble finding new ones.
Well, are you surprised?
Is there anything?
Definitely not. We'll treat the wounded. Then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait.
If I survive the journey. Oh, God's teeth.
The king announced one more thing at the camp, that is...
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people there.
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall.
They're our allies.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is... Maybe Samuel will figure something out.
He's here too?
Aye, escorting the rabbi.
Anyway, we've got...
Give me a moment. Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up, I want to know about it. I'll be with Christopher.
So many dead, my God.
Good to see you.
Oh, come on. You know, I've walked out of much... They could well have... If it hadn't been for you, Henry...
Von Aulitz surprised even Sigismund with that.
Well, they killed Lady Anna of Waldstein, and many other nobles. It was slaughter. And they captured our cloak. Without them, we can hardly get the burghers on us.
We'll figure out...
But how? Get a grip. You're right. Nevertheless...
Actually, at Sigismund's council...
Gods, we need to get back. I'm going with you. Out of the question. You'll be more useful if you... Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel.
But I still insist that it was necessary.
Then what have we gained? Sam, I need...
Just tell him.
What did you talk about?
We talked about your...
Why?
It's true. I did not. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first met? Well, the thing is...
What?
Yes.
Are you sure?
When I was born, he was already long gone. Nothing. Proof, perhaps, that both your... You know, all my life, I thought if I did not get... But now that I know, I will never see him.
I can tell you about him if you want. This is not the end. We have to go to Cutton. Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property of people in the Jew...
The king has a...
He's no king to me. He's a...
What's a...
That is hard.
Nonsense. Christians set out to kill our people. Innocent and often... And all that with the...
This is what we were afraid. We need to get... Will you come with us?
I'll come. And lick...
Very well.
Let's not waste...
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund horsemen and feared the worst.
Kubienka? What brings you here?
Well, I heard you were having some kind of a feast here, so I came to grab a bit of meat. And I see, instead of that, you have a massacre here.
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do something fast. We have to get to Kuttenberg. Can we borrow the wagon you arrived on?
But of course. I borrowed it too, if you know what I mean, but,
Could you stop blabbering already? We don't have the time.
Easy, Ingele. And you, sir, if you can, come with us and help us.
All right. But could you please tell me what the fuck is going on?
I'll explain to you on the way. Time is running out.
Are you coming too, Sir John?
Of course.
Do you think that's a good idea? No offense, sir, but you're no great warrior.
I'm not. But I'm not just going to sit here and wait, either.
All right, then. Let's go.
Peresh, can we go any faster?
Settle down, son. If you must keep your tongue busy, then use it to pray.
Would you tell me what the fuck is going on already?
Sigismund ordered an attack on the Jewish quarter. We need to take all my papers and get the people out of there.
Bloody hell. I just got ailed up so nicely today.
Oh, that is just great. My mother's life is in the hands of a drunkard.
Don't you worry. These are some sturdy hands. I promise we will save you, Ma. No one will touch a single hair on her beautiful head.
What the hell are you babbling about?
What? I'm imagining she's pretty. It makes me more willing to put my neck on the line for her.
Stop with the nonsense already. All of you, I beg you.
Jesus. I was just trying to lighten the mood. We might all kick the bucket in a short while.
Damn it, Kubienka, shut the hell up! Seriously!
I didn't say all that much. Anyway, can't you make the horses go a little faster, Grandpa? If this carries on, somebody's going to start sobbing.
Samuel, what was the story with your mother and Martin?
Do you really want to talk about this right now?
Oh, it may be the last chance we get. We could both be dead in a while.
All right. But like I said, I never actually knew Martin. He once came to Kuttenberg and fell in love with my mother. But she is the daughter of a rabbi. Obviously, she could not marry a goy.
And tonight, you will see why.
If you want, Mame will surely tell you more, if we can get there in time.
Then we better hurry up.
All right. Schnell! Schnell!
What's the matter? Why are we stopping?
We will walk from here. We cannot drive right into those murderers' arms.
But how do we get into the town then?
We will go through Sherwill.
There are many abandoned mine shafts under the town. One of them ends here.
Won't it collapse on our heads?
We'll find out soon enough.
Follow me.
What a blessing it is to have found the best way.
Killed our savior.
What did you just say?
Nothing. I'm just blabbering.
I dare you to say that again. Loud and clear.
You know what, sir? Just ignore me and be glad I'm here. And you up front, pick it up a little curva. My arse is getting numb.
Follow me. Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. And if they fall into Sigismund's hands, people in other towns will die too.
Do you think we're gonna make it in time? To find the papers? Save the people?
I pray we can, Henry. There's nothing more I can do. Hopefully everything will be all right at the tavern. My stash is locked away, and Samuel's friends are guarding the place. But who knows what the situation is like in the streets now.
Are you afraid?
Me? Do you have any idea how many times I've had to run from a burning town or deal with a hired assassin?
More than once, I reckon.
A lot more, I can tell you. But I admit, I was afraid every single time. Damn it.
What's the matter?
The door leading up to the tavern is open. Samuel's men wouldn't have left it like this.
I'll go upstairs.
I hope so. I'll gather up my things in the meantime.
You want to try me?
Baruch Hashem, Henry. You're all right.
Sam, you're back already?
A few of the cutthroats got in over the wall, but there are more outside the gate.
4 of them were here in the...
Fortunately, they didn't take anything important.
What?
I'm so sorry.
But they didn't look like they just came to the tavern by chance. What about your mother?
She is, thank God.
I'm really sorry about your
There was nothing but Navis Hamartes. This Eric is really
there'll be plenty of time.
I'm sure Mama is waiting for us. We have to...
You go ahead. I'll lock the tavern and...
But sir, if any more...
I can take care of... God be with...
I have to help him. Bring Ma here.
What's the matter? Where's Sam?
Don't worry, ma'am.
Mein Gott!
Nothing. He's out on the street helping the...
Wait!
My name is Henry.
Of course.
I'm his...
Was sagst du?
Sam.
Watch out! More are coming!
What's going on?
Sam!
I'm fine, but we will talk when you...
We have to get to the synagogue.
Through the backyard!
I'm with you in a flash.
Watch out! They're shooting at us! From the ramparts! Get rid of them! They're gone. We have to keep going. Through the yards.
Leave us alone! Hilf! Help us!
We cannot get past the wagon. We have to go this way. Through the house.
Yeah. Slice him up! Come on, then! Yeah. Yeah. Now I'll shove it! Yeah.
Another one! Perish. Still not enough? The place is clear now. Come inside. Mummy, are you all right?
I'm fine. But what about you, my kid?
I'm still alive. We can talk later. Now, we have to go. Henry!
Come on!
What the hell?
What is it, fuckers? You'd rather slaughter women and the defenseless?
Let's go! What's going on up there?
Go inside. Quick. To the fucking task.
I've never been so glad to see you two.
In need of a helping hand, are you?
No, I just don't want to die here alone. There they are. Well, now we're really fucked.
Mustn't get inside. We have to hold them back. For how long, though? As long as we need to.
Ranzig's bastard is mine!
It's done for! You have a... Show your stuff!
I did not.
Now you I want him alive! Come on! You're rid the place of you scum! Fuck you! Say a prayer if you can! We can go out! Damn it!
That won't work on me. You're still standing.
We don't take kindly from customers like you. You can hardly stand, arsehole.
Hit the shade!
Show your stuff.
Hey, get him! Come on! Everyone's inside!
Henry, come on! Let's go!
Gott mogen mir. Let's go. It's this way. Damn. That was a close shave. I reckon I should go to Samuel's mother and talk to her about Martin. I won't get another chance.
Thank you, boy.
Ich will euch heute in Sicherheit verkleben.
Hashem hat nicht uns Heiden gestraft. Ba'avonusenu harabim. Anders wollten wir nicht.
Don't worry, even if that happens, look at him.
Yes. Are you all right?
I'm fine, lad.
Is there anything else?
Mein Gott, boy. Now we have to...
I know this might not be the...
Right now? Well, how is Oh, the hen of Shutsura.
Sigismund burned down my village.
I am sorry to hear that, lad. But that at least you survived.
I'm sorry I don't have bet.
Do not worry about it. I am...
Is everything all...
Yes. Do not worry.
How did you meet...
It was such a... He wanted to open a blacksmith shop in town, but there was no place...
And that's...
The rabbi gathered the good men so they could decide whether we wanted to have a goy blacksmith. And then it went schlock of schlock.
So what happened?
My Martin would never... My father found out we were seeing each other and did his best to drive him away. But Martin would not give in, and we kept seeing each other.
That means pregnant.
Yes. My father knew that if word got out, he would not be able... I did not even have time. I was gone for almost 4 years, and he only let me come back when he was sure people had accepted it.
Did Martin not go looking for...
People said he did go looking for me, even as far as Colin.
If only he had gone all the way to...
Even if he went to the very edge of the world, it would not have been enough.
And what about you?
No. My father called...
And he didn't try to find anyone else?
You know he did, but it never worked out.
And did you ever go...
I asked around, but no one remembered anything. And I could not just leave and go looking for him around the world.
All right.
Before you go...
Well, he was strict with me. I dream about him quite often. About that last day and what he said a life of adventure can be over before it begins.
He was absolutely...
Well...
You saved all our lives. He raised you well.
I'm sorry to keep you this long, but even if not related by blood...
Well, and thank you, my almost brother. If it was not for you, I do not know. What are your plans?
I'll go back to the Devil's Den.
I will see you there then. But first, I have to escort everyone.
Everything should be up.
Take care of yourselves, dear brother. I will...
Have a safe journey.
Sei gesund.
Return, O Lord. How long shalt thou be wrathful? Have compassion with thy servants. Christ.
What will happen to us now?
We survived.
Many have died, indeed.
I'm so sorry.
You are right. How happy I would be.
What will you do now?
Now we must find help in some...
Do you think you'll be...
Well, the mercenary... We will split up into smaller groups. Besides, who...
So the...
What makes you...
I do. But you've lost everything.
It is true that the Gutenberg Gehele cannot pay for the army, especially when they...
Sarah told me.
But
if you hadn't...
Perhaps.
No. God be with you.
Zeig...
You managed to get the documents?
I've been thinking about it, and the time for spying is over.
So what then?
Not yet. I feel responsible for what happened, and...
But we still have a lot of...
A spy master is of no use without his network.
Well, that doesn't matter.
No, Henry, I played.
All right. Have it your way.
And with you.
Look at it! All ablaze!
Thank you.
So,
You know, Henry, I've been through a lot of battles, but this one was real shitty.
Well, I'd say one side was a bit more...
I suppose. Yesterday, this bunch of idiots would never dream of attacking, putting such bloody-mindedness into people's... Why do you ask?
Aye.
Have you said your goodbyes to everyone?
Aye.
Forward!
Blessings to you. You silly doggy.
Morning, Kamoshko.
Good doggy. Good boy.
Good day.
Hope it lasts.
God grant you health.
Good doggy. Good boy.
Greetings to you.
Good day to you.
Good to see you.
Why the hell do they pour the beer on the table? Oh well, now just sit. Filthy again. Damn it.
One beer after another. Here we are. Good. Why is this all sticky?
Well, this doesn't seem
God
too
be
bad.
with you.
Good to see you.
Morning, Henry.
I hate sweeping. God, why?
One beer. Hey, innkeeper, that beer?
Good day.
Greetings to you, friend.
I'll be right there.
A tankard of ale, thanks.
What was I just thinking about?
Innkeeper, a beer!
I'll just get the corner over here. Aye, what can you do?
Hey, where's that beer?
Praise the Lord.
Good to see you.